Trinity couldn't resist hitting the bell on the front desk. Reese yawned beside her, clearly too tired to tell her to behave herself. Not that she would have listened. The hotel's lobby seemed to stretch for miles, with glittering chandeliers and gorgeous artwork. It was beautiful, but in a timeless way that felt majestic and modern at the same time. Back when Grandfather rarely let her out of the house, Trinity used to daydream about gorgeous places like this. "I've never seen a hotel this nice," she admitted breathlessly. Reese glanced down at her. He stood so close to her when they went to other packs, she had to crane her head up to meet his eye.
"Wait until you see the rooms," he said. Tired as he was, his voice came out huskier than normal.
Her breath caught in her chest. Reese probably didn't mean anything by it, but it almost sounded like a welcome invitation. "Thank you for waiting," a man said as he stepped up from the concierge desk. He tensed at the sight of Reese. He was a wolf, too.
Reese nodded to the man. "Reservation for Gray."
"Yes, sir. One moment." The clerk reached into the desk and pulled out their paperwork. "We've been expecting you. Here's your paperwork, and here are your room keys." He plucked 2 leather pocketbooks from the papers and placed them next to each other on the desk.
"Which is which?" Reese asked.
And where's the third one? Trinity thought. She knew not to ask aloud. 2 rooms made sense for their happy couple act. It was a little weird that Vincent and Reese would be on a different floor than her, but it was better than the alternative, her sharing a room with Reese. Her pulse quickened, but she chuckled it away. He hated her too much for that to happen. The clerk opened one to show the handwritten number inside. "This one is for the single on the 14th floor, number 1433. The other one is for your suite, sir, on the 25th floor, number 2501. You can take that elevator right there. Do you need help with your bags?" Reese shook his head. Vincent spoke up from behind both Reese and Trinity. "I've got them." Vincent had all 3 of their bags. Trinity supposed she'd have to take hers once they got to her room. Once the doors closed, Trinity held her hand out to Reese. He looked down, puzzled.
"What?"
She rolled her eyes. "I need the key to my room. How else will I get in?" Reese raised his eyebrow with a chuckle. He took the key card for room 1433.
"Here you are, Vincent." Reese reached around her to hand the card to Vincent.
Trinity's heart quickened. Reese smirked. Vincent took the card while avoiding Trinity's eyes. "Thank you, sir. Should I carry your bags up?" Trinity couldn't breathe for a moment.
"I can manage," Reese said. He took his and Trinity's bags from Vincent's hands.
Oh, goddess. The elevator dinged to a stop on the 14th floor. Oh, goddess. We're sleeping in the same room. Vincent met Trinity's unbelievably wide eyes. "Do you need anything, Luna?" he asked her. Help. She needed a way out. She couldn't sleep in the same room as Reese. She'd never been with a man overnight before. What did Reese think was going to happen? Would he shove her away like normal? Or was tonight the night he tried to make a move on her? He wouldn't, would he?
Reese nudged her with her bag. "Well, little bunny, do you need anything?"
Trinity could hear the laugh in Reese's voice. She was nothing but a joke to him. A plaything that he hadn't taken out of the wrapper. Joke's on him, she thought. I'm staying in mint condition. Trinity narrowed her eyes at Reese. She wasn't backing down now. If he wanted to play chicken with their mate bond, then she would do it too. "Not at all," she said. "Good night, Vincent." Vincent looked worried as he stepped off the elevator. "Good night. Be careful." When Reese smirked, she could see his canines, waiting for something to bite. Trinity held the eye contact for the rest of the ride to the 25th floor. It was the top level, and there were only 2 suites on the entire floor. Reese finally broke their stare to lead the way to the room. She tried to comfort herself as she followed him. "It's a suite. Suite means multiple rooms. He can sleep on the couch like the dog he is."
He stepped in front of their door and sought out her eyes again. Without blinking, he slowly pulled the key from its leather holder and pushed it gently into the lock.
Trinity gulped. She couldn't help it. His eyes darkened, and she knew enough to know what that look meant. He wants me, she thought. He's going to try tonight. The thought should have repulsed her. She should have turned on her heels and rushed down to Vincent's room. Anything to get away from her big, bad alpha mate. So why did her whole body heat up? Her stomach flipped as his tongue wet his lips. She fought the urge to do it too. He gripped the door handle in his fist. Next thing she knew, Reese stepped forward and swept her into a bridal carry. She yelped. Her hands flew up to grab him on instinct. He laughed so freely that she bounced against his chest.
Welcome home, he taunted before crossing the threshold. He used one foot to push the door shut behind them.
Trinity's eyes flew around their suite. Frantically, she took in a living room off of the entry hall. Another larger door led to the bedroom. She couldn't breathe. He carried her forward, and the door felt larger and larger with each step. Her heart pounded so loud that he must have been able to hear it. He walked past the edge of the couch and...
He tossed her onto the couch.
Trinity shrieked. "Reese!"
He full belly laughed. Tears sprung into the corner of his eyes. You should see your face.
She huffed, embarrassed and aroused and angry all at the same time. But why? Ah! He laughed again before dropping onto the center of the couch beside her. His body was so big that he took up most of it. She could have scooted back to the armrest for more room, but she refused to give him the satisfaction.
His eyes danced. Use your words, little bunny.
"You," she spat out. It was the rudest thing she said to him directly. He smirked, leaning forward just enough that he became the only thing she could see. With her head tilted up to glare at him, and his tilted down to mess with her, there wasn't much space between their faces, or between any part of their bodies.
On the couch? I took you for a more traditional girl, he mocked her.
Her face burned at the insinuation. "I'd never."
You'd be missing out, he sang.
He was having the time of his life teasing her. It was cruel and disgusting. So why am I so hot? She wondered. Why did she want to reach out and find another way to wipe that smirk off his face? "You're the one missing out, okay? I've seen the way you look at me. You're not a good actor, Reese."
I tricked you, didn't I?
He leaned back against the couch, and Trinity missed the closeness immediately.
Don't lie. I heard how scared you were.
"Well, I don't have my knife," she hissed. He looked confused. "In case you tried anything. It needs to be mutual, or you lose something." Her eyes drifted down to his pants. He sat so casually with his legs spread wide. She fought a flush at staring so blatantly, but she needed to make sure he understood her point. It'd be a little hard to bite off.
He pulled his legs together to protect himself. He looked flushed, too. I'm not a fan of biting, he told her, for future reference.
"And I'm not a fan of tricks," she told him. "You could have told me about the rooms."
He rolled his head back against his arm. He was practically draped along the couch at that point. It's a suite. Plenty of space for you to keep avoiding me.
She lifted an eyebrow at him. "Didn't think you cared."
He lifted one back. I don't. Now get off the couch, unless you've changed your mind on sleeping with me.
She cocked her head to the side and smirked. She reached out to put her hand on his knee. He tensed beneath her fingers. His eyes widened slightly. She leaned forward as she lifted from sitting to kneeling, and her face came close enough to kiss. She whispered, "Not a chance." Then she pushed up off the couch, using his knee for leverage. He needed a moment to recover. She got all the way to the bedroom before he called after her.
You can't avoid me forever. I will have you one day, little bunny.
"Sure you will. And I'll have a wolf." He chuckled in shock, and she laughed too. About the time she learned to joke about it. Some things would never change. But maybe they would. One day.
Want to know what happens next? Click on the link in the description below to watch further episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.